just to protecting my family. And business is in United States, and half of my team are in Ukraine. Half of them move out, so I have a lot of team members from Ukraine.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
We have great media buyers and developers in Ukraine and graphic designers. These three things are really Ukrainians doing well. I could say from experience of my friends.
Well, and I think Braden also has a developer out there, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. He. Yep. I have a client that's from there too. Her name's Oksana something. But she has a coffee shop in Coweta.
Oh, that's
And so
cool.
her and Serhii were talking, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're from Ukraine." They're like, "Yeah, I'm from Ukraine." They started talking Russian, Russian and stuff. So, yeah, it's fun.
By the way, guys, your mics are a bit quiet, especially Abel's.
Okay, how about now?
Yours good.
Is that better?
One more. Uh,
Your
yeah,
tester's
still
out.
quiet
What'd you
but
have for
better.
breakfast?
Hello? What I have
Oh,
for breakfast?
perfect.
Okay. I just didn't
Does
know.
that work better for me too?
Yeah, yeah, all
Cool.
good.
Perfect. Thank you.
I wonder if I should scoot that camera back a little bit. You look like you're.
Nah, it's fine. I'll lean forward.
Are
No
you
worries.
comfortable?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what matters.
So, your team being kind of scattered between Ukraine and elsewhere. I think you said Germany as well. How big is your team?
So right now it's 31 team member. Before it was 44. So in 2022, we made readjustments because we understand that couple of team members were not that productive as it should. So we learning on our mistakes 2022 because of the war. One of our main goal was to save the company, save the workplace for our team members. So and we start analyzing the things, and we find out that several team members, even out of Ukraine, here in Europe, were not doing the job which they should be. And we learn our lessons and optimize our team to 31 team member. Now
Nice.
we just
Nice.
growing in terms of media buying.
Nice. I like
Appreciate
hearing
it.
that of how I feel like we've all kind of been there in business where you kind of grow a little too big and then you kind of start paying attention and you start to realizing that you can do a lot more with a little less. You just kind of got to pay attention again and I know I'm in a similar position right now as well.
It's the situation when our company was growing since 2020 exponentially. It was so fast. We were just growing incredibly fast, and we were just hiring. But 2022 February, we won recorded months ever happening war, and July 2022 our results first time ever went down. Not much, well, actually quite a lot down. And we start understanding that our expenses doesn't look appropriate to the revenue side. So now we are slow down. We understand we need to analyze what's wrong, and we hired the CFO. And this is where was biggest change made. He made the financial matrix of all the expenses. So we find out useless subscriptions, useless trainings, useless not useless but not that good team members. And after that, we start optimizing our KPIs and all that stuff. So hiring CFO, one of the greatest things which we have done last year to optimize the
Nice.
team and productivity.
Very cool.
we're rolling. Y'all ready?
Are we
Oh
good?
yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
it's happening.
All right,
Yeah.
good.
So we're live. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
And if I wanted to, we could go live on TikTok as well. But go ahead and give me an introduction to who you are. And I know today we're going to be talking about basically scaling brands from proven strategies. And you've got quite the background, and so we're all really excited to have you on here today. Interesting brew, and it's not coffee, but it's not beer yet.
No.
No, this one. Let's grab that bottle here. We have it sitting up here up front. So Brews in Business every Friday. We either like to drink beer or drink coffee, depending on the week. Today, we're celebrating a little bit. It's been a successful week. We've been busy over the last few weeks as well. I know you have been busy.
Yeah.
I've barely seen you in the last
Yeah.
month.
I've
It's
been
been a
in
month.
probably half of the time in this month in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hear your. We got to catch up.
Yeah,
I know.
well-
I'm excited to talk about B&B some more after this too. So we have this Joseph. How do you say that? Magnus.
Yeah,
Joseph Magnus,
Yeah.
the straight
I have
bourbon
one
whiskey.
glass for me as well. I have to prepare.
Oh, yeah. It's a straight bourbon whiskey finished in sherry and cognac cask. It's 100 proof, 50% alcohol by volume. Looks like a pretty cool bottle. So
I like the
that.
bottle. Yeah.
I owe you money for this.
No.
No, is that your contribution?
Yes.
Okay, all right, we'll take it. uh, so if you have any feedback on it, you can pitch in at any point in time. So, entrepreneur and business consultant. So we're thrilled to have you on. You started your journey with just $60 in your pocket, right? And you transformed that into a business empire. So give me a little introduction on who you are, how you did it, and let's kick things off.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for having me here. So my name is Anatoliy Labinsky, and if I would start speaking about my journey and background, how I started, it would take a couple hours. Seriously, there is a lot of insights, and especially fails, which is I cannot call fails because I didn't quit and I made it happen, but a lot of pitfalls which has happened in my life, and I was always failing on different directions on the way to create something what I have today. So basically, back in 2013, because I didn't have enough income, I have debt for my university, for financial degree, master degree, and plus a low mortgage for helping my mom, paying the car out, paying the house. I was right kind of young and broke and full of debt from the graduated in school, like from day one. And like I understood that I have to leave Ukraine because average salary in Ukraine was like $400, $300 a month, you know, and I was making around $800 a month in the private sector as a salesperson because I used to work in the bank for $300 a month. I didn't like it, and I moved to private sector, $800. Still, I don't like it. I'm still like running in the rat race. And after that, 2013, I get a chance I didn't know English. I didn't speak any other languages except Russian, Ukrainian, and like I got chance to go to Abu Dhabi to Cipriani restaurant as a food runner on the Formula One. The guy who is removing dirty plates from the tables and like bring to the washing area. This is who I was, and I didn't have money even for the tickets. I got the job because I was happy. I was so happy. They will provide me accommodation. They will they will pay for me for a ticket. So it's basically like I'm gonna be there and nothing else. And I took that opportunity for myself because like I couldn't even dream. I never been abroad. I never been out of my town. Out of my town, I've been in a couple of places. Even Kyiv, it was only in school one time in like kind of excursion. So like basic life of like small city guy who were trying barely just like to to win in the rate race. So I moved to Abu Dhabi. I was feeling that I'm the most successful and happier person ever because like I understand the world is huge. I saw the different regions and so on. And in the first 3 weeks, like I am who I am when I'm working in some kind of companies, like whatever position I am, I'm just doing whatever I can, and I'm becoming or the best or one of the best, like in number 3 or 5 people in the company in terms of what I'm doing. And like in 3 weeks, without the language, I became from food runner to like assistant waiter. It was insanely like some insane cool thing for me. I was feeling myself as I become CEO because it was such a big thing for me happen. And like I used to work there. Like in 2014, I brought my wife. We moved to Dubai. Like I was trying to get better job. So in
Hold on, time
general,
out. So you
yeah,
guys moved to Dubai. What was that like?
from Abu Dhabi.
Oh, from okay. What was that
From Abu Dhabi.
transition like?
Oh, hard because after 1 year in Abu Dhabi, I was helping my mom and I didn't have any money in my pocket, and I have to bring my wife. And now with wife, I have to rent apartments because in accommodation for free, I cannot stay with my wife. So it was hard because like I own cash from my friends. I just like use whatever I can just to rent some shitty room like with really smell in the apartments, like in the bad neighborhood area in behind the Dubai in Deira. And it wasn't funny, but it was fancy sound Dubai. I used to
Yeah.
live in Dubai, and everyone was thinking that I'm in the yachts having parties, but I actually was with the tray serving champagne to the guests in the yachts. But when you take a photo of people thinking that, oh my friend from Ukraine, he's just like, oh my God, bro, you enjoying the life? I like, I cannot feel my legs, man. I'm working 16 hours a day and 6 days a week, so like, yeah, I'm enjoying my life. Anyway, yeah, so I was trying to find out better work, like get out of the hospitality as fast as I can, and was failing. And I applied for more than 10,000 jobs by sending CVs through the services or manually, being on the cabin crew interviews, being everywhere where people can pay me more, and like
Right.
it's funny work. So nothing was work out for me. And after that, I found out about Jack Ma, the story that he was really even the night working in McDonald's, and he was one of 25 people who were applying to work in police, and only one has been denied. It was him. And I was like, wow, maybe something else waiting for me in the life. But like I start like putting myself in his shoes, just like trying to believe that something better is waiting for me. So the major thing happened like 2017. I already helped my mom. I already like paid my debt. But because I was changing a lot of different works and already finally moved from hospitality, like I was always paying some kind of fine for breaking the contract. And because of that, my friends were staying in the same job for 4 years, and they were saving cash. And I was just changing, moving to apartment. And like, I didn't have cash in my pocket at all. I was always broke. But my friends was looking on me like, oh my God, you're the most successful. You're working now in construction company. You got a car, like working car. Because I was hustling, I was trying to get something better. They looking at me like I remember I came, they like we were celebrating my new job, and they like, oh my God, you're more successful from us. And I was staying, and I know that I don't have any cash and any balance on my account. And I was like, yeah, guys, thank you. But I was feeling destroyed. And my wife was looking on me. She understand the thing. So anyway, 2017, my wife coming in the room. We were renting the small room in tiny two-bedroom apartments with Filipino couple in another room. And she coming to me in the room and just start crying and saying to me that I'm pregnant, and start crying.
That's
Not because
always
she's happy.
that's always how life happens, though, right? And we were talking to my brother's pregnant with twins, and I told him, I was like, you're never gonna be financially ready. You're never gonna be like, it's time to have a kid. Like that. That's not always the perfect situation. There are some
Right.
people like that with that story where they're like, oh, we're financially stable. We have things paid off. We have a house. Like, let's start having kids. Like, there are stories like that. But most people, most common, they're just like, hey, I'm pregnant and we have no money and our lease ends in 2 weeks and they're kicking us out and the car's broke down. What?
Yep.
That's real true. Like since 2014, when she moved to me to Dubai, she was pushing me for baby, and I was understanding. I financially I can afford it. But one day in 2016, end of 2016, I said to myself, "Fuck it. We are 3 years together. Like I really want we won't be a real
Did
family,
you
you
do that
know."
too?
Yeah.
At some point, you're like, if it happens, it happens. I'm not. I wouldn't be mad. And I think at that point, mentally, you're like, okay, so I'm ready for it to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, like you like it will be never perfect moment, you're
Right.
saying to yourself. And I was already watching Robert Kiyosaki YouTube videos. I will start watching the Grant Cardone. I start reading Brian Tracy, No Excuses, Eat
Yep.
That Frog, all that books which start switch in my mind. This
Right.
is where I become understanding the entrepreneurship, and I like kind of hack the successful people behaviors. I start reading between the lines between all the books. That one important thing: no excuses. Second one: never quit. That's all. This is what I read in myself or in my mind. The main point in every single book. Nobody of them haven't been quit, and all of them motivated and have energy to keep going, whatever
Yeah.
is happening. And I like, okay, fine. And I was struggling, I was failing again and again, but I was motivated. And I said, fuck it, I want a kid. And it happened suddenly. We didn't believe that it will, because all our friends, had the problems like 6 months, 1 year, it's not pregnancy scam, and we were not expecting that it will go fast. And like February 2020, 2017, 24th of February, she's coming in the room, she's crying. I'm pregnant. And she's not happy crying. She's like scared. She's really scared. And I'm staying and I'm almost crying and I'm happiest guy in the world. I believe like some of you can understand that. And like I'm just staying on the knees in front of her and saying, baby, like no worries, we'll manage. And she's saying that I will lose my job. And if she would lose her job, we won't be able to pay for rent because I just changed the job for lower salary with possibilities making more in the future, but not now, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like and it was disaster. And I said to her, no worries, let me go to pharmacy. I'll buy one more test to make sure that it is correct, and then we'll see what we can do. So when I went to pharmacy, it was plus 35 degrees, sunny weather, Dubai, hot. I'm staying in the parking, pharmacy in front of me, and I'm just staying and shaking like never. Like my body was destroyed. I was so scared. Like that was the biggest scare except the war. When war started, that was the biggest scare in my life when I was staying in front of the pharmacy and understand I have no solution. If my wife will lose the job and she will lose insurance, we won't be able to pay for delivery, for rent and so on. So I just stay stuck. I cannot move. And I said to myself freaking loud, like it was something, you know, being honest to yourself. One time in my life I said so strong, I will not allow my baby come in this world in such kind of financial position as I am right now. And I believe in those words so strong that I just like breathe, went into the pharmacy, came back home. I said, no worries, we'll handle, like we'll find out. So it confirmed that she's pregnant. In 5 months, I must do the hardest ever decision to bring her back to Ukraine. So the rest of the pregnancy, she will be in Ukraine with her parents. She was feeling embarrassed because in Ukraine, she was a successful lady in the pharmaceutical industry. And now she's coming back to village to her parents, like, you know, like kind of broke dog, what kind of husband is there in Dubai, which is like not able to take care of her. She was so feeling embarrassed, scared, and so on. But she loves me, and she's now with me. With after all the success, now she's with me, and I so appreciate her trust and her passion in the back end. So basically, I transferred her, moved to the apartment, two-bedroom apartments with 7 people living there. So I just rented the bed space and I start Google it. What can I do? I didn't think about online because I didn't know that it's possible. I didn't know about e-commerce. I didn't know about advertising. I was thinking, you know, advertising in Facebook. It's when Coca-Cola, big people come into the Facebook office, they're sitting down, they talking, and they paying hundred thousands of dollars for ad, and they like just on their platform publishing. Something like it was in my mind as an average behavior of the Facebook user. But July 2017, I'm already living alone. I'm reading Poor Dad, Rich Dad. And like, what the?
As every good
Seriously?
entrepreneur does.
It's that moment I became entrepreneur. In that particular moment, I was no fucking way. Seriously, it is how it should be. And because my dream was always working as some manager, become a sales manager, head of sales, like growing in the corporation. But when I read that, I understand that I will be able to break this like silence of the fails by become entrepreneur. And I start Google it, what kind of like side hustles there, what could I do? And obviously because I was interested about the side hustles, Facebook ad reached me out. It was ebook starting from zero. Fred Lam that time was running like lead magnet ebook, and for me I was like, wow, there was a cartoon where a guy as a waiter came to US, become a waiter, study language, and after that he becomes successful. I was like, oh my god, it's about me. It's like it's exactly story like in my end. Like I have to read this book, and I press on the button. I like download that book, 185 pages, I believe. Friday morning it's off because on Fridays it was weekends on Dubai, Friday, Saturday. So Friday is off. In the morning I'm just reading that book in 2 hours, 185 pages, just non-stop. I was consuming every single word. I like, no way. Like it was aha moment. First time in my life I find out what I want to do, because for me it doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter any kind of job, just getting paid and growing corporation. Like, and here I found out really something which is like mind-blowing. Ads. Like I can run ads from my laptop. I can run business like anywhere in the world. And basically, I start to Google it, I start YouTube it, I found out what is e-commerce, I found out what is drop shipping. 29th of September, I open my store, and I start losing all my savings which I had, everything, because I didn't know what I'm doing. I just watching thousands of influencers, thousands of YouTube channels, and trying to do everything in once. Every
Can you
15
relate to
minutes,
that?
adjusting the
No,
ads.
not at all.
Yeah, so basically doing all the newbies mistakes.
Yeah.
And 2017, there is not many YouTubers as not many courses as now, that moment. And like okay, I was consuming all that information, done everything right. I went to for the again to borrowed money from the friends to fly to my wife, saying to her everything is fine, giving her $200 and saying everything is perfect. My son delivered, she got $200 from me. I said, rest I will give you later, all good, I'm saving. But at the end I didn't have nothing because I lose everything on the ads. And I used to work that time when I start Facebook 5 jobs. It was gas company 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Restaurant waiter, private villas supervisor, server, video shooting, photo shooting for commercials, and actor in Bollywood movies. Like I was everywhere, wherever I can make the money. 0 day off for 1 year, no day offs. Like I just like really was
Worked.
hustling 7 days a week. So
I know what that's
basically,
like. I know you know what
yeah,
that's like.
Oh yeah, I think we, well, every 6
that's why
You
you're
know what
here,
that's like.
all of
Sure.
us
Yeah,
here,
I've heard
you
those
know.
stories too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah,
That's not.
I'm
That's
losing
not very good,
everything.
like long term though. Like it's not sustainable to do that for like 5 years, 10 years, 2 years. Like a
It's not
year is
possible to do that.
a year is
well,
a long time to do that. Like
and that's exactly what I was going to say. But you heard he said a year, and I think a lot of us, eh, there has been a time in our lives when either we get married, have a kid, or something like that, where you say, hey, you know what?
got to buckle up.
At the expense of me for my family, I'm going to do it all. Well, it doesn't matter. Like I'll get over it at some point. And yeah, you do slow down, but again, in the back of your mind, you're like, well, if times come again, guess who's gonna go eat the shit? I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna work 7 days a week, all
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
because, like he said earlier, somewhere along the lines, you start to realize, there's a lot of people depending on you, and it's up to you to make that difference. And like he said, you just go after it. There's no secret to this.
Failing's not an option.
No.
Like whenever
Nope.
when you have the family depending on you, you've got kids or a kid, either one, right?
Right.
I was telling my brother, like, dude, you've got 4 months to really get your shit together, like financially, mentally, physically, like whatever you need to do. Make sure you got a strong relationship with your wife.
Yep.
Just make sure both you guys have something to anchor to, and try to create like little moments that you guys can reoccur when those babies come. I don't know, 15 minutes here, 10 minutes there. They have to be like little micro moments where you guys feel connected and stuff, like on the relationship level, but then financially as well too. Like don't like, you need to work like sometimes those 7 day weeks, right? Those 7 days a week. I'm like, man, you need to either you need to work more here and to bring in some extra income, or you need to figure out something else to do to bring in that extra income,
Right.
because your wife's not going to work anymore. So how are you going to supplement that income? Man, like, I can't wait till he listens to all this.
Well, I mean, okay, but with that being said, I feel like personally, you get it, but you don't get it until you see that baby. And when you see that baby, that's when it's really like, oh shit.
Your life
I don't
changing
know. I had my own
forever.
shit moments when I saw the ultrasound.
Oh,
When you
man.
hear that heartbeat, it's real,
Ah.
man. When you hear that heartbeat and you see that ultrasound, for me, it hit. I was like, okay, this thing's alive.
This is
I gotta go.
I got so much to do.
It hit me
Man.
when it happened, but I don't think I really grasped it. And I don't think it's a severity thing. It's more like I don't think you understand the weight that it puts on your shoulder until this little 8-pound baby comes out, and you're like, wow, that 8-pound baby feels like the whole world. And now it's my job to carry it, and I mean, you're not gonna let it down. So again, you put yourself at risk for, whatever. We can only sustain it for so long. We're still human, right? But it's just that it's just funny to hear. There's always some sort of moment where something happens and,
Kicks you
and you
into
decide,
gear.
right? And there's something that changes, And like he said, he didn't quit. There was no turning back, and he would have never hit that moment had he kept going with maybe the same jobs or whatever. Like he constantly felt something was bigger, something out there was going to happen, and then one day, nothing really changed in his life that day except his mindset, except his drive. And it's like that happens for all of us. And I
Yeah.
think it comes in motions, right? Certain things will happen.
Waves.
Where,
You
right?
think so? You think they're sprints? So you
Absolutely.
don't think that you just completely run full speed the whole marathon?
No way.
Like if you're running, I'm not a runner, but if you run 10 miles or whatever they do, 10 kilometers, whatever it is, like they have peaks and valleys to where
Yeah.
they'll sprint.
Your pace
and
is
then
going to
their
drop, and then
pace
it's
will
going to go
drop and
back
stuff.
up. And
So
Right.
yeah, so you got to go through those.
Right. But I one of my customers once told me, because we're still relatively young. He's like, hey, he's in his late 50s, maybe early 60s, and he's pretty well off. And he says, right now, you have to do that. You have to right now that you can do that to your body and still recover. You have to. He's like, there's people out there partying and using their bodies to do other things.
Yeah.
He's like that are wasteful. He's like, and then there's those of us who are willing to work 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, whatever you got to do to make it happen. And it's like we're doing the same thing. We're wasting our bodies away while we're young, while we can, but we're investing into something long term.
Right.
That, man, sometimes you just want to give up. I mean, I know we've all been there where you're just like, I'm done. I don't know if I can do another. And then the next day, your alarm goes off. You get up, you do it all over again, and you're just like, how did I do that? And then you just keep going, just one more day, and then, like I said, eventually, yeah, you do slow down. I do agree, but I think I'm sure Anatoliy here's also experienced where you slow down a little bit, you kind of embrace what's happening in your life, and then you realize that, hey, my family's bigger, it's growing up, so I need to grow up now. I need to get a little bit more disciplined or whatever. And like I said, it's those sprints where he mentioned, his team, right? It was growing, and then at some point, got to get a CFO, and everything's kind of streamlined in. It's like, well, that was a sprint where he was getting comfortable. At least that's where I felt in our company. You feel comfortable because hey, it's running, and I'm hiring all these people, and it's great, everything's running good. But then something happens, right? And then boom, here's a big old crash. You're like, what the hell? I thought we were running good, and then all of a sudden, that's where the sprint comes back up, and you're like, well, now I need to pay more attention to where my time's being wasted, where my resources being wasted, where can I maximize on this, and it's stuff that you're coasting, and then it'll shift. At one point, it'll be our bodies and our minds, and at some point, there's just shifts and changes in our lives, and I think it's kind of fun to hear his story, how it has literally changed as, literally starting off and whatever he could get. And now here we're getting into the story where he's about to have a baby, and it's getting serious now, right? And you can feel that we've all been there before where something happens and you're just like, oh no, am I really ready for this? And then you're really not until it's here. And
When are
then,
you having kids?
Don't ask that question.
don't rush
Here,
him.
hold on. Let's get back to it. So it's
Okay,
late.
yeah.
It's late 2017. You flew back to Ukraine, giving your wife $200. You're broke as crap. You say you got it all figured out. So what was the point? Where was the e-com come in? How's that go?
So it was 29th of September I opened my store. 27th of October my son has been born. So and during the first months, whatever I had, I just lost on the ads. I just
Right.
was going. I was thinking I will
Trying to
put
push it,
$1 and
trying to
bring
make
back.
something happen,
Yeah.
and it never popped off.
I got barely maybe 1 or 2 sales the first months, and what I start doing in that end of the October, I find out the guy in UK. He said, "I will make you millions." I like, oh shit, I found the guy. I pay him 300 and he blocked me on Facebook. Done. So I mean, all the newbies mistakes I have done because like it's all about when you are in position where you have no other choice, you trying, you pushing,
Yes,
you
yeah, put everything
thinking
towards
that.
it.
Exactly. And at this moment, by the way, I was sending him money on the moment when my wife just delivered the baby. It was the same night. I just went to the Western Union and paid this 300 and he blocked me. And I come into my wife with 200, like everything is good, but I'm destroyed. I'm happiest guy because I have a baby in my hands. It's incredible feeling. I know why. This is the thing, by the way. I find out my why. That's why I didn't quit. It was so strong why that I wasn't able to quit. It wasn't allowed. And by the way, the song of the Eminem, "You Lose Yourself," that's the freaking Bible for me, to be honest. Like till nowadays, like you have no other option. failure is not, I forget exact word, but you understand what I mean.
Right, yeah.
That was always repeating in my head, that failures is not, you have only one option, and I'm like done. So I came back, like I lost 300 on that guy. I have no other option. I continue testing and working all those jobs, getting paid every single week from those part times. And I like 2 nights in 1 year, I was sleeping 40 minutes. 40 freaking minutes between the day. I'm not joking, people. And what is the thing? I was sharing in Facebook. This is how Facebook, I got like kind of, like I got attention on my name. I was sharing all my fails, all my journey. And people like, I don't believe that you were asleep today 40 minutes. It's not possible. I said, it's not healthy for sure, but it's true. This is what it's all about. I was sharing like daily basis my updates. And like, how I was sleeping, I was like going on the meeting from the job to the office of clients, and was sleeping for 20 minutes before meeting in the car. I was putting the alarm, and after that waking up, like cleaning up, and like, okay, let's go and go on the meeting. This is how was my year of life in Dubai while I was hustling between like e-commerce and the daily jobs. So basically, end of November, I find out crypto. One of my old friends, ex-friends now, told me 1% a day, just invest and you will get paid. And he was affiliate on that stuff. So like, and I don't have cash. Okay, I'll take credit card. For e-commerce, I will be making money from part-times and invest, and I will take credit card first time in Dubai. I took credit card for $3,000. My wife still doesn't know that. Still doesn't know that I took it, because she would kill me that moment, because her behavior. So the thing is that I took the credit card, $3,000, invested into the crypto, and I start making like kind of 1% a day. But obviously, as everyone, I want withdrawal, I want it accumulate, become bigger, and so on. So middle of January, nothing is working in e-commerce. I really don't know what to do. I'm freaking like fucked up, and the only one thing was helping me. I found out a guy who is as well in e-commerce, trying to get out from the problems as well in Dubai, and we were like kind of having same energy, and like we were supporting each other. Basically, middle of January, another friend from UK who I met online calling me like, hey, have you heard the news? I said, what happened? That crypto company scam us. They just ran away. I like, what? Like now I don't have money. I own cash for my friends, and plus credit card $3,000. And my wife telling me, I will divorce on you if you won't stop what you're doing and won't come back home. And for me it was so embarrassing. 5 years in Dubai, and I have zero, even minus 3,000 credit and minus couple of thousand to my friends, and I have to go back to Ukraine? No way. I mean, I was feeling so embarrassed. I wouldn't be able to watch to the parents' eyes of her parents. And I said, no. She said, I will divorce on you if you don't stop, because my eyes was like destroyed. I was so obsessed with the commerce, with future success, that I was really wild in my face when I was talking about that. And she said, they scamming you, stop it, don't believe those people, they won't try to run away with your money. And I'm like, no, like I will do what I believe on. End of January, I finding out the mentorship, and it was before $97 a month. So I'm like, no way, $97 a month I cannot afford. But it was real. Like I wasn't able to afford 300 dirhams a month. But when he reduced to 47 for end of January offer, 47 a month, my friend calling me and have you seen my Mark Hager, the group coaching? He will analyze your ads for $47 a month. Like, wow, I will give a shot. 29th of January, I'm joining. In first 15 days, first $8,000 in profitable sales with my Shopify store, like that. And I was like so excited about
what
what's
were
gonna
you
be
selling?
happen next.
What were you selling?
Yeah, the thing is, the winning product was always with me since October. I didn't know that because I was a newbie. I wasn't looking on analytics. I didn't know how to look on KPIs. What kind of KPIs? What does it mean KPIs? You know, all of that stuff. And he just explained it to me. This is KPI. This is what you have to follow. And just what I have seen here, you had a potential winner. You had a lot of add to cart. Just duplicate that campaign. Do X, Y, Z. And let's see. First day, 3 sales. And after that, again and again. So basically, he just explained to me basics, and I implemented, and I found out that I had a winner in my store all the time. It's a cat niche, mykittycatzone.com, name of the store, which is not working anymore. But like that was a cat supplies and all the stuff, and it was t-shirt, gray t-shirt with the pocket, and here is nice, really nice, cute kitty in the pocket. But when you remove in pocket, kitty showing middle finger. So exactly. Every single time reaction is the same because it's really cute, it's cool, it's funny. The funniest thing that the winning audience was teachers, 45 plus ladies. They were commenting
Crazy cat
in the
ladies.
Crazy cat ladies.
it was
My
in
wife's
comments.
one of them. She would
So
she'd be all over in that store. I'd be seeing those in my statements.
yeah, so what happened, I read the comments, and in the comments was like it was like a forum. Hey JC, have you seen, it's so funny, oh let's buy 5 of them and make a party on Saturday, let's do 3 of them, I won't buy it to my daughter. So it became so viral, people were love it, you know.
Right.
But I'm so lucky guy that obviously when I got my first success, end of February, Facebook updating the policy, no more middle fingers in the posts. Boom. Fail. So, but what was the point? I find out that it's real.
How the system
I
works
find
and
out,
how to implement it.
yes, I
Yeah.
know that it's real. I just didn't know what I'm doing.
Right.
That's all. That's all. Mentor is everything, guys. Really, in my opinion, when you're a newbie, without mentor or the agency who will do for you if they done well, 2 options only how you can succeed: mentor or agency. But anyway, by that being said, next 6 months it was roller coaster of results, fails, but at least it was already start
Right.
going on.
Rolling.
I created general store, start selling watches and so on. July, I made a decision to come back to Ukraine. I got a couple of clients for local business ads, lead gen in Dubai, gym, coffee shop, beauty salon from my friend. So I already start generating kind of side hustle income from Facebook ads because I
Right.
figure it out. It's
Right.
not that I'm not that great, but I figure it out. And some people and I was sharing that success and fails in Facebook all this time, and people start reaching out, hey, can you show me? I'm like, come on, like I'm just starting. No, please, I know that you're real. And I start helping for free, and we start seeing results. I like, whoa, it's replicatable on other sites, for other stores, for other accounts. It's incredible. And like September, I'm already in Kyiv. One of my old masterminds from the first mentor, the guy reached out to me, hey, one agency scaled my store to 300k, and like I got fucked up with the, sorry for this word, I got screwed with the supplier, and they left me when they have seen the fire is burning. So they just left me when saw the first issues. I like, oh, I'm really sorry for that, man. Yeah, maybe can you look on my ads, because I really want to understand if I can I can bring back this winner. And I like, okay, let's have a call. We analyzed that, and I said, listen, I'm now in Mastermind. That moment I was with Justin Wall in Mastermind. And like said, listen, I just bought the expensive Mastermind, and I don't have really time on my things to create new store and so on. Let's just try your store. Let me just optimize the ads for you and see how it goes. 80-20. He like, yeah, perfect, let's do it. So first month, October partnership, $50,000. We like, no way. Another month, 150, November, December, 150 plus. March 2019, 240k in 3 weeks, until we got like a Facebook score happen, but still like profitable. Yeah.
What was that selling?
Shoes, belts, and upsell, post-purchase upsell was watches, which is cost $150, but we were selling for $45.99 and original price $99.99. So like on for post-purchase, we were making like great like
Margin.
back-end profitability, yeah.
Yeah.
And belt as well as upsell, but mostly it was Oxford shoes.
Shoes.
So basically, yeah. After that, we moved to the health niche as well, like 600k a month. And we made like our first couple of meals together. Like we become 50-50% partners. We opened the company for both names. We never meet on offline. It was all online. I had a bank account access, everything, because we become really brothers. Like day and night we were on the phone. We were like finding masterminds, finding courses, finding people who we can work with, hiring VAs. So we were really becoming super close friends. And it was going on till 2020, and in the same time I start mentoring a lot of people because they were not unstoppable, texting me again and again
Right.
to mentor them. So I started charging people for that, and not expensive, it was a couple of hundred a month, something like that, but I was doing exactly the same what my first mentor done for me. I was going through that account, analyzing the stuff, telling them what to do, how what to adjust, and it was working. And we made a couple of meals for the students in total results, and in the first year I like, wow, that's freaking insane, like it's working. And because what I was doing on my store, I was telling them what's working for me,
Right.
nothing else. And if it doesn't work something, oh no, Anatoly, it's wrong, I'm doing that, I like, okay, how much have you generated?
Yeah.
Oh, so far only 2 sales. I said I made 2 million, so let's come back to the conversation, listen what I'm saying. Because like this is how I was trying to bring people on the next level and put them their focus on the right things. Because seriously, there some people were paying and like just giving me coaching of what should I say to him. That's as well like another thing of the mentality problem.
Yeah.
So basically, with the great students, with the best mentality students, we were able to get really great results. And after that, my mentor telling me, but COVID happened, you have to move and I already was testing agency side for a couple of clients, and we jump into $27,000 a day with one of the stores. After 7 months of the fails, we find out really what's working. 7 months were testing phase. Really, I love the client because she was seeing our approach. She said, I'm 3 years in the business, I never seen that someone would be done such a like incredible approach in my stuff, so I'm believing you, do it. I like, wow, she's paying us monthly and she's still staying without results. And after that, 7 months passed. October 1st, we finding out the product and creatives and everything what's working. In November, Black Friday, 27K a day. And like by January 2020, like 1 mil plus. After the 3.5 millions by end of May. So the biggest month was 750K for her in May 2020. And we already switched to the agency side because we understand when we are running ads,
Yeah.
I'm on the control of the stuff, so bigger success rate.
Right.
And like from one employer to it, we decided to switch to the agency. I used to work with one employer for over a year, just was coaching him, training him, like with the guy from my city who was speaking English, and this is what's important for me, just English. And I coach him everything. He ran successfully ads, and 25th of March 2020, I'm deciding to quit on coaching. I said to all my students, if you want still working with me, you can become my clients. And this is how we get first clients. We switched that just done for you instead of let me do it with you. And like 25th of March, revenue jumped 4x from 25th March to 25th of April. After that, another 4x by end of May, almost 1 million a month for that store in May, because 2020 it was the like incredible performance because
Right.
it
'Cause
was
that's when
COVID.
everyone was staying in, everyone was doing their online stuff, they're all shopping.
It was a good
Exactly.
time.
It was a good
It
time.
was a big
It was
time.
incredible
It was
time.
a huge
Great
boost in
start
the
to start.
economy, honestly.
Yeah. All the friends who I know, I mean, not all, but majority of friends who really successful now, they started 2020 COVID. Like,
See, like that's one question that I just wrote down, or just I guess a comment, something to talk about. Uh, Business and people were different
Yeah.
before 2020. 2020
exactly.
and
Everything changed.
now, like the way that people interact, the way that the business is done,
It went back to the people.
it's yeah.
It was losing its touch, and now it became back a personal. Now you're more than ever doing
Because people
business again.
lost the opportunity
Right.
to touch, to talk, to feel.
There's more
to,
phone calls
Yeah.
that happen nowadays than before COVID. It was all text.
Yeah, I'd rather
And
just call people nowadays. It's just easier.
it's just easier. People want to hear people's voices.
Yeah.
People want to touch them. It's crazy, but
Sounds
people want to
weird.
shake your hand. No, I mean, come on. But people want to shake your hand. People want to see you. We were in COVID. Everybody's quarantined. We're not. We're humans. We're social creatures.
Yeah.
And then after the fact, it just made it to where it more. Again, it comes down to people's. I feel like vibe, emotional state together. You know, people do business with people. It's really what it's always been that way.
Yeah.
But before COVID, we had kind of started to go away from that, right? And which is crazy. I feel like COVID kind of shut us all down and we all went to video calls or anything. And it's like, well, the video calls, I know I tried networking on video calls and I was like, yeah, I'm out on this. Like, I'm not doing any of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's
I
not
tried that too, and it
right.
was
And
just
it's not
weird.
because business is a personal thing. And now more than ever, it's become a personal thing, which I think is really interesting with the whole AI kind of coming in at the same time. It's like, wow, this is weird.
I don't know if you want to get into threaded at all, conversating about this, because you can actually relate with him to some degree.
Yeah.
Um, but do you think I guess past 2020 the e-commerce game has changed where it's not as easy, it's not the same, or you're like, no, like anybody can start the e-commerce shop and start some Facebook ads and sell cat toys, so sell whatever, sell t-shirts, hats, hoodies, come up with their own logo, their own brand. Do you think past 2020 it's too late for anybody to get into that game because it's flooded, or is there still tricks of the trade to still do it and make it happen?
2020 was really easy way to start. March till June. This is what the period was the easiest one. We were not believing that it's so easy to get results that period. But right now, like if you look on the stats of the e-commerce, it's still growing. It's growing. There is no fluctuation down. It's just going up. So does it become difficult, more difficult? Oh yes. 2021, iOS 14 happened.
Yeah.
Restrictions on Facebook, bans, farming, all that stuff. It's become so incredible difficult. But you know what? What I said to my team that time, we have to adapt.
Adapt.
So how'd
People,
you adapt?
people who moving forward, learning on the go, speaking to people, finding out what someone else knows, what kind of trainings are show up there, what kind of solutions, or paying for the consulting. Like always, we are spending multiple six figures a year for the consulting and coaching. Right now we like not slow down. Now it's less, but more expensive. Like mastermind for 30K, mastermind for 40K a year. Like now it's like bigger things, but smaller quantity. Before it was here and there, like we were spending really multiple six figures. First of all, it was only on me, but after that I realized that my team is becoming bigger and bigger. We're on the speed that I have to train my team for what I learned. And it's going like words of mouth, which is obviously not the same information coming into their ears. When I heard something coming to them, they hear my opinion instead of hearing whole the picture. So I realized with management, we sit down and like, guys, I believe we have to start making education for media buyers, media buying training, for sales team training, because I'm not a really flexible to be everywhere all the time. And after that, teaching you, and it was the best decision because team start becoming smarter. Team start getting free trainings, expensive trainings. Like right now, we have really incredible expensive trainings in the media buying and just like agency part. And that's why like most of the team members staying with us 3 years, 2 years. We don't have new team members almost, just because like people are staying for long because they know here is education, here is good payout, and plus flexibility. We don't have offices. I was thinking about office in Kyiv before COVID, not before COVID, before the war, but it didn't happen. And now like no, we are on remote for so many years, already 3 years, and like everyone, why so people staying so long? They have really flexible life, they making great income, and they can like live their life during the day, and at night, because they are in Ukraine, they prefer nighttime. Okay, they working at night when nobody touching them, and they doing their stuff. Young guys know have the skills, and they're like doing. During the day they're like in the hospital, in the cinema, whatever. The main thing, job has to be done. That's the rule in the company. I don't really care where you, what you're doing. You have to answer on my message ASAP. When I'm texting to you, have all the communications through Telegram chats. And first thing, you have to answer ASAP. Second thing, job has to be done by end of the day. Doesn't matter how, what, enjoy your life, but make the job done. 3 years team is not changing. Management, media buyers, like obviously last year was a couple of new media buyers, but sales team, we were 15 salespeople, now we are 5. and I'm happy with 5. Easier to manage, and they're really hustlers who are staying with me since 2020 and 21. Like I'm proud that like I have them. So my mentor saying to me, you have to fire one of them to when months are slow. Grant card don't fire everyone. You have to fire as well. Every top companies fire every single month, hiring us every single month. I agree, that's correct. But in my end, I found out that humans in my company are the most valuable assets. And because I found out what is important for them, and I'm working on achieving their goals for them, and by helping me achieve my goals, it's a win-win situation. Plus, they have freedom lifestyle, which is I'm not telling him you have to be on, recording your screen for 8 hours and clock in, clock out. No, I don't
Yeah.
really care. Make sure that it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
And we
so
have
I
calls.
have that similar approach too with my team. Like I'm like, listen, I don't want you working 80-hour weeks, 90-hour weeks. I think that's ridiculous. You know, some of these people that sweat over their jobs and they don't have any time for their family. They don't have any hobbies. I think they're just being abused, right? And so, but then again, I look on the other aspect of that and I go, listen, I'm going to pay you, but I need the job done. So if you do have to pull a few extra hours, then I need you to do that. You know what I mean? I'm paying you to get the job done. It's a salary role. You know, I want you to have opportunities to spend time with your family. If you need to get off at 4 o'clock, if you need to leave at 3 o'clock, you know, if you need to work from home one day because your dog threw up or whatever it is, like fine, there's some flexibility there. But if your job doesn't suffer, I'm okay with that. And as soon as clients start suffering or the job suffers or you can't fulfill it, then okay, now we've got an issue, right? So are you kind of on that
Exactly.
same mindset?
Yeah, like what was like in my mentorship, I never had any single problem. Even if person doesn't work strategy for him, he leaving me, but he leaving me with loving me. He is in love with me. And I was when I started the agency, first 12 people, I was bringing into them my customer service skills. I'm proud to be in the hospitality. I'm proud to be in the gas company. I'm proud to be in the bank sector in the past in Ukraine because all those experiences gives me incredible customer service skills, customer care skills, and sales skills. And like I was just implementing all those skills into my team because when I start hiring team, I understood I cannot be in every single chat because again it's becoming too broad and I cannot answer on all the complaints or questions. And what I have to do, I have to teach my team being me
Yeah.
with my approach. And I start sharing, like I remember when I was driving and like 12 minutes audio message of how I would deal with XYZ situation, and I said save this audio message and forward to the team and make sure that this audio message is like a bible. Anytime it's about customer service, this is the thing. And like I was trying to work on it a lot, and my managers who like I start growing managers from the team, and like my managers become like my ears, my eyes, my everything. And after that, well, like I'm just behind the scene as a main media buyer. Right now we have like big media buyer guys who are working with us on the partnership, so they're making sure that everything is like going on the right side. And I'm working more as a CEO right now, because before my guys like, you are CEO, you need to do that. They're like, what, who I am? I'm a CEO. I'm a like advertising guy. Come on. They said, no, bro. Like you're founder of the company, you're CEO of the company. For me, it was mind blowing. I understood that I have to read my time management. I have to read what the CEO means, what's the CEO duties. I was learning on the go. And the same answer on the question, adapting. I was adapting on the go. Like we didn't know the solution, but we were adapting again and again. And like basically to summarize, like the simple guy, the waiter in the Dubai, even food runner in Abu Dhabi, to like 4 times two Coma Club winner, just 22nd of July in Cipriani Broadway. Cipriani, by the way, it's universe working with my mindset. I used to work as a food runner in Cipriani, and in New York, 22nd of July, I just came back from New York. 22nd of July, I was nominated for this award, Top 100 United States Entrepreneurs with Ukrainian Origins.
Oh, wow.
And it was in SME, it was everywhere. I was on the stage. It's like was like kind of Oscar red carpet. Like I was on the stage and was making the speech about how proud I am that I'm Ukrainian. And it was top 100 United States entrepreneurs with Ukrainian origins, people who has company in United States, but they are from Ukraine.
Yeah.
For me, it's the biggest win in my life. Right, yes, for now. Not to Coma Club, I love them, incredible. It was incredible feeling to get first one. But this one, in that book, I'm in that book. There is a like story about 100 entrepreneurs from Ukraine. That's seriously something what I really decided to highlight because I'm proud of that a lot. That was the most incredible weekend in my life so far in terms of like shiny, famous things like ever. I cannot even
That's cool.
describe.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
absolutely cool.
Yeah, so
Did you buy
basically
a suit
this
for
is how
that?
it is. Exactly. My wife, like, look, I was on the middle of the business trip. It was June 12th. I said to my wife, I'm going to the trip for a few weeks. Would you like to go with me? She said, yeah, it's summer. Like, our son finishing the school. Let's go, like, all together. And she said, I want to stay in New York, fly whatever you want, keep us in New York. I'm like, fine. I brought them to New York and I started going to Florida, Miami, Orlando, Arizona. So I wasn't with them. And I came there for 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I'm not with them. I'm just like a couple of days in New York, 1 week outside. Couple of days in New York, 1 week outside. And I've been in different meetings, different events and so on, and networking with people. And after that, Miami. I'm having lunch with my friend and he like, did you hear about entrepreneur, like top 100 entrepreneurs? And he's Ukrainian. Yes, I said, yeah, I heard something, but I don't know what is that. Like, give me a second. He just texted organizers. He said they will text you, they will call you back. They calling me back and like, hey, like, can you tell us about yourself? I just start explaining, and like they said, you know that like your industry, your revenue, and your like past results are exactly what we're looking for. We would like to invite you for like this kind of event. I like what? Like, is it a joke? They said no. It's actually like thanks to Alex, the guy who introduced me. We find out really someone with the commerce background who are like making incredible impact. Like whoa. And I call into my wife. We are changing our plans. We're supposed to fly back to Portugal 4th of July, but in nomination on 22nd. I said we are going to stay in New York for another 3 weeks. She like, what? I said, I will explain you later. So I flew back and like, I don't have a dress, I don't have this. I said, so we have to handle it. And like we find out the suit, we find out the dress. Like we hire one like person who done everything for us and do the
Yeah.
research because like it was last moment thing, you know. And my wife like she's good in the networking with bloggers with all that stuff, and like I asked, please find it some person from fashion industry. She found it. She's Ukrainian and like perfect. So she started taking care of our stuff, and in the last days we were completely weird, and it was the most like it was really, if you go to my reels in Instagram, you'll see a couple of videos and photos from the event, and it is like fucking freaking James Bond stuff. It was so cool.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah,
really
right.
cool.
We have his Instagram link, so we can go look at that.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're getting pretty close on time. There's two questions that I've got, and then
please.
probably let them pitch in if they got anything else too. Um, I've got a note here, something about the BOGO strategy.
Oh yeah.
Can you talk about that for like 2 to 3 minutes? Is there anything like
Oh,
what is that?
I will try to be as short as possible. I love to speak about that.
Yeah, 'cause we could keep going. I know we could.
Yeah, so basically that's really valuable thing, which is important that majority of the people, even brand owners, are not utilizing. Basically, especially it's very important to implement when you have product which is about to die off. I mean, nothing is working. New creatives, updated product page, or like conversion is great, but just profitability going down. Like performance just destroying. It's happened sometimes, and people like instead of doing some kind of important steps, which we have like our SOPs, what we are doing, they just moving on to the another like offer another product or whatever. But at the end there is like SOPs. First thing first, like before I could go to BOGO offer, when you're just starting, yeah, you want to run ads, you want to find out what's going to be working for your product and so on. Number one thing is the product page. You need to make sure that your product page is legit, has trust, has incredible selling points, incredible valuable points, education, like short as possible, valuable as possible with the icons on it showing like what is like, you know, waterproof or whatever. All the most important answered or most important answers on the most of the questions related to this product. So you provide the value and education to the buyer. Then when you have a great product page, you need to have great creatives. With the great creatives, you need to have not one or two. At the beginning, you start testing with like, let's say 3 or 5. But when you find out that it starts working, you have to create 20, 30 creatives a week to make things rolling,
Oh, wow.
consistent, because
That's a
it's
lot of
dying
work.
off so fast. Yeah, this is what we're doing. This is what our team is doing.
That's a
So
lot
like
of work. Yeah.
when especially with TikTok is very important. So basically when you find out that, you start like building consistency by creating more and more creatives and making sure that you replacing what stopped working and moving forward with the new one. Then you start like, if you want to scale, you need to find out what's your ad account work the most with, because each ad account, each platform performing differently. You cannot apply exactly the same thing for every single ad account and it works. This is what I was teaching my students, and like it was working on one ad account for me one thing, another ad account another thing, and I was testing out with them what's gonna be working for them. And by seeing the thousands of ad accounts in since 2017 2023,
years.
so 6 years, yeah, in 6 years to seeing thousands of ad accounts, it's giving you incredible like mentorship, giving you incredible possibilities of viral viewing. You know, you can see different puzzles of whole pictures, and that allows you to understand what's gonna be work or not by seeing particular metrics, and you can predict success or fail. Or you can see the fail, but you can find out kind of KPIs which will point you out. If you make small tweak, it will make the things different. So by that being said, each ad account performing different, you have to find out what's going to be working for you. CBO, ABO, cost cap, bid caps, ROS if it's TikTok, SPC campaign, smart performance campaign, or it's bid cap, cost caps. Like you have to find out what's working in your ad account
Do
the
these
most,
metrics sound
and
familiar
then.
to you? Okay.
That's probably
Okay,
why
sorry guys.
we have
Yeah,
it.
it's too deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of explains a little.
And it's really like whoever's the business owners and whoever's doing the ads too has to really stay in communication. I feel like, you know, like they have to come up with some of these ideas for new products, or hey, we're gonna do a BOGO now, or what's the SOP for that, and sometimes like you have to have that experience too, and you have to find like good people like yourself, in your team that know what they're doing too, right? And I don't know if you've probably had clients where maybe they just hire you and then they just kind of fall off and they're like, hey, why didn't this work? And it's like, well, because we didn't talk. But, okay, so anyways, second part of this, what's the 2 out of 3? What's the minimum spend on ads for a new e-commerce brand?
It depends on the product price. It depends on several factors, but we will always start as low as possible, $30 to $50 a day. And then when we see some kind of performance, we move into 100, 300,000, and so on.
So that's
So it's all.
roughly $500 to $1,000 a month minimum.
But if it's not
Closer to
performing, so it's
1,000.
testing phase. Yeah, if it's not
Yeah.
performing, but when it's performing, you will be increasing your budgets daily basis, and you can
Yeah.
jump in 1 week from $50 a day to 3,000 ad spent a day, just
Okay.
like if you catch the moment. So that the thing is that when you find out what's working, what kind of exactly system working on your ad account, you start scaling it by implementing only the thing which is working for you. And then coming to offers, which is BOGO, for example. There is like there is more than 30 options of offers you can adjust and test. That's exactly what's a game changer for us since we start implementing. It's the offers when like you're running ads, everything is working, and suddenly it's like drop down in the performance, like from 20K a day to 10K a day, barely profitable, or like 10K a day and after that 5K a day, no profit, lost. So you start understanding, okay, what metrics are failing? All the metrics are fine. Okay, most probably offer issues. Let's working on the offer issues. And one of the most powerful and most famous, which is nobody implementing, it's BOGO offer, which is buy one get one free. Super simple. So for example, one of the products which we scaled for 400K in 60 days, it was the medical, health niche product. And what we have done, product $49.95, yeah, and the cost of the good is $10. So $39 is the margin on our end to spend. So what we are going to do, we need on the Facebook at least $30 margin to be able running profitable campaigns. In TikTok, we need at least $20 margin to run profitable campaigns. So this is the metrics for different platforms. And for example, this product $49.99 and cost is 30, and the margin is 39. Now let's make it offer to buy one get one free. We have room on this. We can still sell it for 49, and we have $30 margin instead of $39 margin, basically 28, let's say. Or if it's like product has $20 margin, you like just okay, so it was priced $29.99. Now you're gonna be selling exactly the same product for extra cost of the product. Let's say cost of the product $10, it was $29.99. Now you will put for $39.99, but 1 + 1. It's the same margin, but offer, so you're not losing money. Like people like, no, I have thin margin, 1 + 1, it will kill my margin. No, wait. If your price is like that and this is your margin, we cannot go lower. So we will increase the price and we will test it out different price point. $39.99, $44.99, $49.99, $54.99, 1 + 1. And we'll find out which offer working the most. And sometimes it's surprising that $39.99 doesn't work, but $44.99 is killing it. But $54.99 is giving you even more incredible things. But when you look analytics, $54.99 actually unprofitable, but giving you sales, and $44.99 it's giving you more sales. The same quantity of sales, but conversion is higher. Ad spend is lower and it's more profitable. So the biggest margin is giving you sales but not winning. Medium margin giving you sales and it's a winner. So by that being said, when you implement in buy one get one free offer, you are able to reanimate product which was about to die by adjusting your creatives with this kind of offer inside of the creatives, ad copy with this kind of offer, and you just start launching ads and it's a new wave for the product. It's a new way for the product. Like buy one get one free. It's really incredible offer. And as I said, there is 30 plus possibilities of making different offers.
Man, my mind. Okay, last question. What does the future hold for you and your agency?
Thank you for this question. I would say someone asked me recently for the next 3 years, and what I said, 2023 has been changed so much in terms of AI became on the market, and now it's so hard to predict what will happen in 5 years because these kind of things can happen in 1 year because of AI possibilities. But what is going on right now in 2023? We are with the dropshipping stores and with the brands. Now we are moving into the branding side more because we see like scalability potential more with all the strategies which they have, because with the dropshipping we can do it but speed is slower. So our future is definitely one of the topest agencies in United States which are helping brands building successful, consistent, profitable business, and with implementing things which is I didn't speak about, MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue, kind of Amazon Prime, but it is Shopify Prime. So basically people who will buy from the brands, they will be subscribed for monthly subscription, and brands will be making extra 6 figures, even 7 figures, some of the brands a year of purely cash, profitable cash on their end to create new products, to run all the profitability, to have room for mistakes and so on. This subscription-based service is insane, and this is what we find out for ourselves in 2023, and we want to push forward our agency being the #1 agency in our industry with the implementation of MRRs, monthly recurring revenue for our clients. I found out in all these events where I have been that nobody are doing that. So it's a blue ocean of possibilities, and we want to be there as the leaders. And the second thing, which is our software, ecomscout.io. It's a AI power, the data-driven platform, which is helping advertisers like us running ads profitably and tracking their purchases, their conversions in the right way, and nothing is missing, because after iOS 14 updates, there is issues with the tracking of the clear data on Google, Facebook, TikTok, and this is exactly what we fixed. And now with this platform we are using for our team as well. We start running our beta testers, and soon it will go on public on the for everyone usage. It's cheaper than our competitors. It's better and faster than competitors, and plus we implemented their ChatGPT 4, which is going to be helping creating fast ad creatives and ad copies inside of the platform. They don't need to go anywhere. They can do it everything inside by implementing ChatGPT 4. So this is like basically our direction on the next at least year or two by implementing these two things, MRR and ecomscout.io software.
You know,
Love it.
sorry, real quick, the monthly recurring revenue. You know, I heard something the other day, which this is crazy because it's just getting more and more like this. But he's right. He's right on the money, right? It's becoming more of a subscription based life. So much so that this buddy of mine, he runs a credit card processing company, and he's telling me that there is technology coming out now that, let's say, Shopify or Spotify, whatever, right? Something has your credit card, right? Instead of whenever right now it expires, that credit card you have to go back in, update your information, which is great if you forget you have a subscription, right? And then, hey, thank God, now I'm saving that $10 a month or whatever that I forgot about. Well, now there's technology coming in to where your credit card will actually, or your debit card will actually be linked to your bank. So whenever you scan that card, even if your debit card expires, they'll just get the new number updated. It's almost like
It's a digital credit card.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which
so
is which
that doesn't really
mhm.
have an expiration date.
No, it doesn't. Exactly, and that's what's
Yeah.
crazy about it.
It's a
is
killer.
it
It's a
goes
killer.
right along with the monthly recurring revenue.
Because how many people forget to update their credit card? Oh my God.
Everybody.
Yeah, everyone does.
I-
And imagine how
I
much
love it.
businesses lose just from that one factor alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right? So
absolutely.
if Stripe, Shopify, whoever these payment processing, authorized.net, whatever, if they can help, create that technology and those connections with those banks, right? To be able to say, hey, if we'll provide the connections, we have the partners and the customers. We just need to be able to create the process or the technology or whatever it is, just to where you make a digital card. And then as soon as your expiration changes, it just updates on our system. Or maybe there's no expiration,
Yeah.
right? Maybe it's just always linked. Maybe if the customer loses their credit card, right, then okay, then we just update it in our system with a new one, like, or whatever it is. Yeah,
It's
that's
coming.
crazy. So what do you
Right,
got?
It's
Chance?
coming.
As far as I mean, the one question I have, what was the best overnight sensation you had as far as okay, I'm gonna try this product, look at the analyzing, and then see what to go from there. Would that be like that 400K in 60-day thing for you?
Do you mean like lifetime product? You mean
Yeah, just
like
over the
if
last
it's
6 years. You tried
oh
something new, and then or you're implementing a different like a research tactic and just trying different things. What was one thing that you learned that you implement every day now that you're just like, okay, this is what I have to follow. This is the metric that made everything just pop off.
like I would say like one of the really basic answer, which is people doing mistakes all the time. Do not get married on the product. Like if like you like
Reassurance
fixing
of
the
people
what?
buying it. Like when people see like reviews, is that what you're saying?
No. Do not get it
Like if the
on the
product
product.
doesn't sell, trash it.
Yes.
Start
Yeah.
over.
Like
Yeah.
I had students who were getting married on their products. Like as an agency, we can control that.
Right.
But students were denied, reject to listen, and they were like continuously spending cash on something which is do not perform. And you know
Right.
what's the thing? The same product could work on another store, could work on another ad account. It's algorithm stuff. You can make it work, but you need to invest a lot into the creatives, into the different ad accounts. You'll have first of all time, secondly cash, to be able to let this product become like alive and giving you sales, but still low chances. That's why like not everyone are millionaires,
Right. Yeah.
Nicole.
Yeah.
That's the point. So that's one of the main things which is I'm following when I see that something is not working for a while. I'm always reminding to the guys, do not get married on the product, because you have to like move on. Yeah, if it's a brand with one product, then different offers. Like buy, well, for example, we have one of the car accessories, like Apple CarPlay for the.
Yeah.
It's like a small screen, but for the old cars, which it doesn't have the screen, and it's a screen with Apple CarPlay and Android
Auto.
stuff, whatever. I'm
Yeah.
using Apple. Yeah, so Android and CarPlay are installed in this screen, and you just place it as a TV on your
Dash.
panel. It's insane. It's like simple and looks so nice, and your car becoming like more luxury. Like you have a screen.
They're gonna
I
start
mean, it's
selling
just
ads
cooler.
in your car. That's gonna be the next
Yeah, right.
advertising spot. Is
only a matter of
visual
time.
ads right there on your dashboard. You're like, where'd my speedometer go? ad
By the way, it
Anatoliy.
could be.
Yeah.
It could happen, especially if there is autopilot. It could happen really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so, and this product, it's a brand. So done. We cannot go left and right. We have to focus on this product. So offer, buy this stuff and get free a smart mirror on your car. It's made a huge difference. Buy one, get one free. Like they or another offer as well, working not bad. The same product and gift is the camera for the back bumper. So now you have old car with this screen which is showing you the back side when you like pull over.
In reverse.
It-
Yeah.
yeah, the universe, like that's the thing. That's like simple as it is. You just brainstorm what kind of the gift you can make. You can make the difference, and you know that break even of that product, like the cost of that product, $8. This product costs $20, so it's $28 plus $20 margin at least. So it's 48. So $49.95. It's minimum what I can sell for, and it will be gift involved. So that's the thing. That's like how you can play and when you have to merit with the product. But most of the time people have room to play with. This store, which is we scaled, actually total to 6.5 millions, which is like 27K in 1 month from what we found it after 7 months. Like we were testing several products where nothing was working out. It's a POD canvas store. Nothing was work out, and finally we find out the marriage couple like songs. It's a simple song words on the Canva. It's a song words and name, customized name of the couple. Let's say Anatoly and Victoria, wedding song, and the text of the song going on. Nothing else. And this has become winning product and made it 6.5 millions by working with us for that client.
That's crazy.
Just because you have to test the different products. Do not get
Right.
married on the same product.
Man, I really appreciate you coming on and talking about one, the experience, when two, some technical stuff, which a lot of people don't understand the abbreviations when it comes to ads and stuff like that. Which
I
is
do
why you're
apologize for
here.
that.
It's okay. No, it's good though, right? Because it shows some level of expertise and like you know what you're talking about, right? Like I'm familiar with all those terms, but I don't do it on a daily basis, right? So, but there's a lot of businesses who are just like, well, I have an e-commerce account, but an e-commerce business, but I've seen those terms, but I have no clue what they are. So there's people like you who are specialized in what they do, which is why you have a job. So that's cool. So I appreciate you doing all that too, and I hope that family's doing a lot better now. I assume that finances and things are doing better now than they were 7-8 years ago, 2013 to 2017 range, right? Baby's family's good, your kid's good. You have more than one kid.
For one, only one.
Just
He's already almost 6. He's almost 6.
That's
He's my wife.
so I have an 8 and 9-year-old. I just had a newborn little baby girl, and then
Wow.
Abel's got
Congrats, man.
3 girls under 6.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
So
Guys,
chances on
it gets
hope.
crazy. Three kids.
Yeah. But man, is there any like final wrap up thoughts that you have that you may want someone to take away from today's conversation?
I would like just to edit as for now one thing which is I forget to say about you said metrics not understandable and so on. That's exactly what like I teach my team to share with the clients, explaining them, educate them the process. Because you know what is e-commerce? E-commerce is online thing. You connect your cart and you getting crazy when money is flowing out from your bank account. If you're in coffee shop, you know you bought the coffee machine, you hire employer, you know where's your money going out. You see it. But when you are like giving to someone else managing your business and money is going out and results are not showing up yet, it's a crazy mindset problem. I mean, it's real because like I know I have been in those shoes as well. So main point, you have to educate people who you're working with. Otherwise, they will not stay with you long because they don't understand what is happening. They don't understand the reason why and what's good, what's bad, why it's good, what's the next step. So it's one of the good things which is I was wanting to share. I forget that you have to educate people who you're working with in any kind of industry. I'm speaking about the ads technical part. Someone can speak about how to repair the car on the technical words. I would be staying like dumbass, like what's going on, what you're trying to send to me. But at the end, if he educate me, I'll understand. Okay, car has to stay another day here because of the reason. You know, like not just like it has to stay. So anyway, but to summarize, guys, really. For me, was one of the goals for 2023 to bring to the world as much as possible nuggets and knowledge and skills from my end to share it, because I got so much from the universe, and I believe in the power of universe. Cipriani, Broadway 25, it's a freaking universe after 10 years being a food runner there. So like I believe on that, and I want really to share as much as I can. By the way, before our call, exactly before our call, I was in Instagram live and was providing free value. I mean, question answers about e-commerce, about everything, just because I am explaining every single Friday completely for free. I'm doing mentorship in the Instagram live. Ask me any question, I will provide you any answer. And this is exactly what like I want to in the podcast as well. Hopefully, at least, let's say, whatever people will be listening, at least one single person will listen it and decided I have to do XYZ because of XYZ, and it will make the difference for him. I know that some people texting to me in DMs and it happened and it's changing their life, and it's the best blessing ever. So that's why thank you for let me share the stuff, and hopefully that people got some kind of like inspiration, knowledge, or something from what we were discussed. Really
Oh yeah,
appreciate it.
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah, I know all three of us at least did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
all of our
absolutely.
listeners will as well. So, okay, I don't have any other final thoughts. You do either? No. Okay.
No,
Cool.
honestly, just thank you.
Yeah,
That
thank you
was a great
too.
story, and you know, it's just a recurring thing. You know, you don't give up. You just keep going and keep your head down and get after it. You know, it's hard work.
Just
I
hustle.
love it. No matter who you talk to, it's the same story every single time. Is what did you do? You've just been working for as long as you can remember. So I love
You,
that.
What are you doing tomorrow? Working. Yeah.
you know, I would like to add it that it's like the same stuff, but everyone has their own stories. Each story is incredible, each story is unique, but
Yep.
it's exactly like what's the pattern and like same thing between the like people who got success in their life. It's exactly like never give up, because recently we have such a screwed up situation in company level, like really screwed up, really like there looks like it's the biggest problem which we ever have. But one thing what happened on that meeting, I said, guys, what we usually doing with the problems, we are managing it. So no worries, we'll manage. And now, before they were giving me concern, but there is no solution. There is how we would manage, how we'll find out the solution. And here they didn't give me any kind of excuses. They said, okay. And in 3 months, we finally were able, while I was in US, fix the biggest problem ever in our corporation, like let's say experience. And I couldn't believe that we done it. I really couldn't
Nice.
believe. And I said, like, guys, if we done this, we can manage anything. So guys,
Well,
everyone can manage everything. Just take care of your health.
yeah, yeah, and that's one thing I've been trying to prioritize more. And another thing I've been trying to work on. God, we need to finish this. is like everyone has their own story. There's people ahead of you, and there's people behind you, and you'll hit your own success points as it should happen, right? And just because someone's ahead of you, whether that's dollar figures, whether that's more kids, less kids, whatever, that's fancier cars, whether it's boats, whether it's travel, whatever it is, if that's something you're striving for, great. But it's hard to like still keep striving for that and keep pushing for it and want it, like you want it tomorrow. Like you're like, oh, I want it, I need it. You've got the drive, you're pushing for it every single day, but then you're like, okay, well, when is this stuff going to start happening?
You sound like a millennial.
Yeah, you.
You sound like
We're
a
all
millennial.
millennials here.
Yeah.
Well, you sound like one though.
Oh yeah. So,
Just
anyways,
kidding.
how do I contact you? I need I love your story today, and maybe I need some e-commerce help or a combination, or maybe I want to talk to you more, whatever it is. How do I get a
Uh,
hold of you?
Yeah, sure. So one of the best way to reach out to me where I'm in DMs most of the time by myself, it is ecom by Anatoly. This is my main Instagram page where, like I said, saying you can DM me and I'm always there and always answering. And as well, we are providing free value case studies, strategies, and so on YouTube channel Anatoly Labinsky, so people can find out there as well. And as well, by the way, we have a course which is we were really like selling to over 1K before. Now we reduced to $97 only for summertime, and whatever someone wants, it's in bio and Instagram. If someone wants to get it, please like. And there is even one thing which is free, and it's valuable. Go and download the PDF which is calling Steal My Ads. There is a strategy which has allowed us to generate over 21 millions in the e-commerce. So like there is like exactly ads logic, ad copy logic, ad copy formula, which will allow you to make it your ad copies better, and it's free. So just like have a look, and yeah, DMs I will answer by myself.
And we'll have everything in the show notes and
Yep.
in our YouTube videos as well. So if you guys are looking to connect with and I'm having a hard time pronouncing your name.
Anatoly.
Anatoly. Okay.
Anatoly.
All right. Anatoly. All his links and stuff like that, and contact information, and that free book is going to be in the show notes and YouTube video. So connect with him. We appreciate you guys for listening. And Anatoly, I'm inspired by your story, and thank you for the last exceptional almost hour and a half you spent with us.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. You're
Thank you.
cool.
All righty. See you guys.
See ya.
We're going to hit stop here.
All right.
All right. We'll see you, man.
It's nice talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Really
Thank you
was.
again.
Okay, thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you.